Right, welcome back here to the SACS Aquatic Centre. Here we have the Western Province Schools Water Polo Knockout, afternoon and evening. After a great encounter, Reddam under 19 boys having just beaten the SACS under 19 boys. We have our first girls semi-final. The under 19 girls, we have Reddam girls in white taking on Wynberg girls in black caps. I'm Paul Martin and I'm joined here by Matt Kemp. Matt, welcome to the commentary box. Great to be doing some work with you.
Thank you, Paul. Lovely to be here. No longer stuck in the office for the day. I've got some sunshine, great view, and some good water polo.
See the ball in there to centre forward from Reddam. Great start by the Reddam side. Wynberg looking for a zone, but not executing it to the best of their ability, and a great start for Reddam.
Yeah, pretty ideal if you're the coach of Reddam. One attack, one goal. Let's see what Wynberg have to offer on attack here.
Wynberg seems to be looking at a double centre forward, rolling in centre forward from the wing. 3-4 big fakes on the outside. Reddam goalkeeper making the save, and the ball going out for a 2-metre to Wynberg.
Let's see if they persist with that double centre forward here, Paul. Their centre forward seems to have shifted out to the wing to take the corner. Oh, here it comes from the left-hand side again, rolling it. They can find the ball around to the half. Some good defence from Reddam there. The Wynberg centre forwards out to about 5 metres, and the lob over the top.
So very difficult for the centre forward to play on 5 metres. They need to do all they can to try and get as close to the goals, but very good leg work there by the Reddam player, pushing her out, as we see Reddam now moving up the pool on a counter-attack opportunity.
And another goal. Well done to the Reddam girl, taking advantage of the space offered by the zone. Right in front of goals, down to about 4 or 5 metres, and then shot under the goalkeeper's arm.
And a nice thing to take from that goal, Matt, is just a bit of composure. No need to shoot first time. 2-3 fakes, see where the space is, put the ball where there isn't a goalkeeper.
Yeah, I tell you what, there's some of the under-19 boys who could learn from that in the last game. The finishing of the girls, the Reddam girls so far, have been very good.
See there, Wynberg earning themselves an exclusion. It is all a bit helter-skelter in front of goals. Things now calming down a little bit.
The Reddam are likely to force this long pass between the two wings, forcing Wynberg to find the free player on the opposite wing. The long pass by pressing out the two topmost players.
I think that'll be a tactic we see in a lot of the girls' polo this evening, Matt, is the high press on the 6 and 5 defence, forcing the longest pass possible in the pool, hoping the attackers will make a mistake.
Yeah, we see Reddam on attack again, drawing a foul at 2 metres, ball across the face of goal, into the centre forward. Oh, some great defence there from Wynberg. They forced the lob shot from 2 metres, and crossbar coming to the rescue.
See, I think Reddam, their go-to player, seems to be their centre forward, the way they've been playing lately. Let's see if that continues this match.
Again, we have a double centre forward set up here from Wynberg, but the shot coming from the outside. Strange that they seem to be shooting from the outside if they're persisting with that option of 2 centre forwards, but let's see what Mr. Gabriel makes of that.
Sometimes, Matt, what the coach wants and the players do are 2 very different things. Reddam also going with a double centre forward. The outside shooting hasn't been on point yet in this fixture. Maybe the radars will get on target a bit later. Let's see Wynberg carrying the ball up the pool.
Wynberg ball into centre forward. No foul, and some good dropping by the Reddam defender there. And a great pass up the pool to find their lead attacker, but unfortunately she lost control. And it's Wynberg, although with limited players up the pool, less of a threat. This should be a good opportunity to get the ball to centre. If she can just attract the defender, there's a space there. Nope, she decides on the shot. And again, a little bit off target, not forcing the goalkeeper into any sort of save.
I think, and as we saw a little bit earlier in some of the boys' games, although there is a zone or a drop, it doesn't mean you can't pass the ball to the centre forward. Often that zone is there, but it's not really doing much. So I think Wynberg here can be a bit more patient, put the ball into their centre rather than those long speculative shots.
And a great pick on the left wing there by Reddam, leaves the attacker with inside water. She turns, but unfortunately she's put the ball under, deemed by the referees to be a ball under. And that's a reversal. Wynberg now going up the pool. Ball on the perimeter for Wynberg now. Seems like they've only got one centre forward at the moment.
As you say that, we see that drive coming in. We're down to 10 seconds left on the shot clock for this attack. Wynberg should dump the ball rather than have a shot there, I think.
Especially with the player going the other way. Reddam player up the pool. Seems like a long passage of play since the last opportunity for the coaches to make changes. And both teams seem to be feeling the effects of this on their fitness. Both teams praying for a goal one way or the other so they can make some changes.
No chance the coach will be using his timeout this early in the game to give the team a break. Girls are going to have to earn that by scoring a goal.
So it's Wynberg on the attack, forced wide by the Reddam defender. There's limited time left on the shot clock, so see a long-range effort, another one there. Again, not testing the goalkeeper. And Reddam now on the counter-attack up the left-hand side of the pool as they attack.
And Matt, coaches don't mind an outside shot or the long shooting, but you need to force a save from the goalkeeper, or at least put the ball on target. Those shots that are wayward, you're just literally giving possession to the other side.
Yeah, as you called it earlier, you're as good a chance of scoring as dumping it in that situation, and dumping it is often the better position. Here we see an attack from Reddam that draws an exclusion. It's that second centre forward sitting on the left-hand post. The 1-2 again, not finding the frame.
All the shots in the world, and here we see Reddam being guilty, leaving a Wynberg player up the pool on her own. Referee blowing an exclusion there in front of the goals.
Good of Wynberg to take that opportunity. Let's see what they can do with the extra player. At the moment, a bit slow in getting up the pool, so they haven't put any sort of pressure on the Reddam goal during this 20 seconds.
They're now down to 5 seconds left in the shot clock.
Yeah, and nothing left to do. Good awareness by the Reddam player, racing ahead up the left-hand side of the pool. The relay pass, can they reach? Oh, probably not aware enough, but she's won the ball, found her free player. This is good advantage there from the referee. Reddam gaining an exclusion.
Things are all a little bit crazy at the moment. Some of the coaches are going to have a chat with their teams at chuck a break. Just calm things down when things get a bit. Great save there by the Wynberg goalkeeper, and good reaction by the Wynberg defenders to regain that ball before the Reddam attackers. Into our last 10 seconds of this first quarter. Action-packed.
These goals having played with, full last 6 minutes without substitution, they'll be pretty fatigued at the end of that one.
I think the coaches are happy to hear that final whistle, but players even more relieved.
So at the end of the first quarter, that's Reddam leading this first girls semi-final and 19 semi-final, 2 goals to 0.
Definitely the noise levels in the pool goes up when the girls are playing. You
There
love
does seem to be a lot of enthusiasm in the pool.
You love the chaos and the excitement, but sometimes that can actually be to the detriment of the players in the pool. A little bit too much screaming and shouting could also put you off and not really know what's happening in front of you.
There's a very animated coach dishing out some instructions to the players.
He's clearly not tired. So we're there on screen. We have the Reddam House Girls first team. The team list there, ignore the badge. That's the SACS High School badge. We have the Reddam House first team girls. And there we have the Wynberg girls first team.
Again, that's the wrong badge. I think that's the Reddam badge, not the Wynberg badge, but that is the Wynberg girls first team. The badge is clearly on display on the top of their caps.
So as we start the second quarter, we have Reddam in white caps leading Wynberg in black caps by 2-0. A good swim-off by Reddam. That's always an advantage winning that first swim-off of the chukker.
Yeah, or as Gareth Samuels once pointed out, an extra 4 attacks in the, mathematically, if everyone uses their possessions correctly. So provided you take care of the ball, it can prove a big advantage.
And no one's going to argue with that man Gareth when it comes to stats. See Wynberg there dropping very deep, almost employing a house defense, if you want to call it that. But the more hands in the way, the more difficult it is to score. There's huge value in field blocking by players, helping their goalkeepers out.
Yeah, there's a similar tactic to the defense the Russians employ. They do it on man down, but it's the same principle, arms in the way, and make it as difficult as possible for the...
You see there, a great ball into centre forward. Centre forward strong enough to earn herself an exclusion. Wynberg now with a power play. Reddam, heavy foul on the outside, employing a slight rush defense here.
Let's see what Wynberg can do. There can't be much time. 2 seconds left on the possession clock. What can Wynberg do? Can they get a shot away? No, they can't. So they had that foul and drop by Reddam, proving too difficult for Wynberg to get the shot on target away. Take advantage of the extra person in the pool.
See Reddam there sitting with their centre forward. Clearly one of their stronger go-to players. Double centre forward rolling in from the left-hand side wing.
Let's see if Wynberg unable to make the steal on that occasion. Oh, Reddam guilty there of being sloppy with possession. And Wynberg now on attack. And another exclusion.
Off the ball exclusion there.
Coach Nick Molyneux will be most upset about those sorts of exclusions against his team.
Those off the ball exclusions, very unnecessary. Just put your hands up, show the ref you're not involved. We're down to 8 seconds left.
And again, it's the defense from Reddam that's forcing these shots from very wide on attack.
It's now man on man.
Oh, and the backflip from the Wynberg girl. Just going over the top of the crossbar. So we're now almost 4 minutes into the second chukker, and we still haven't had another goal.
I say Wynberg have definitely come out firing in the second quarter. A lot more mobile on their attack.
I also like this strategy of theirs of leaving someone on attack, even though they're meant to be defending. So drop everyone else on defense, defend with 5, and leave someone who feels like they've got enough energy to get up the pool on attack.
Also starts questioning the attacking team's mindset, forces them to think, do we attack, do we look to hold the ball? Very clever play by Chad Gabriel, instructing his girls.
There we go, you see it with the hands up, making use of the shot clock possession. There's 3 seconds left. Can Wynberg get a shot away? No, they're running out of time. And Reddam up the pool. They're a double extra man on the right-hand side. Let's see if Reddam can take advantage. Centre forward, ideally, we should have moved there. to make space for that driver coming through down the middle of the pool. But a good save by the goalkeeper.
And Matt, at times like this has been a bit of an up and down quarter. Although Wynberg might not score now, maybe just slow the game down, take 1 or 2 attacks just to calm things down, and then attack maybe for the last minute or so.
Exactly, Paul. What the last thing they want to do is keep playing at Reddam's pace, and they get stung by 2 or 3. And a fantastic goal from Wynberg, yeah, from the left-hand side of the pool, almost out of nowhere. But the bounce shot beating the goalkeeper to the far post.
We're going to see in this replay that bounce, post and in. This might sound a bit silly, but that's one of the first shots from both teams on target this chucker. You throw the ball on target, there's a chance you can score.
And well done to Courtney Joshua there. Let's see it here on the replay. Defender moving backwards. A great bounce. Goalkeeper diving to the near post, and it beats her on the far side. So now, very interesting.
Indeed, you see Wynberg.
Centre forward rolling in from the right wing. Wynberg looked to have that covered. Cross pass in front of goals, but the defender there.
Lots of driving and movement now off the ball from Reddam.
Going back to your earlier point, Paul, Wynberg do well just to remain composed here, make sure they don't go 2 or 3 goals down due to their frantic play. There's only 3 attacks left for each team if everyone keeps the ball for the full possession. So
we have an open player on the right-hand side of the pool.
Here's the double centre forward they started the game with. Can they find either of them? Reddam in a zone with someone having dropped early. Wynberg's attack. There's nothing more that was going to happen from that attack.
The lob from downtown, 9 meters. Any goalkeeper at this level should be comfortable with that shot.
So Reddam with another chance to attack. Wynberg back in defense early. Should be covered off fairly simply with just pure numbers from Wynberg.
I must say, once Wynberg have got back and forced Reddam to play, as I say that,
that's a great shot from the top.
The big shot from the outside. There we go again. Bounce shot on target. Very difficult for a goalkeeper to save the bounce shot from far out. But as I was saying before that, Wynberg, when they managed to play 6-on-6, they've been holding Reddam defensively.
Yeah, save for those first 2 attacks. But here we have a look at the goal again, and exactly that, Paul. Nothing the goalkeeper can do there. A bounce at 2 meters and into the far corner.
Maybe if we were slightly analytical, the centre back could have had a hand up there to try help step across and block, but all credit to the attacking play. Great goal from the outside.
So Wynberg, can they respond? 2 minutes left on the clock. If they can find their centre forward, they do look dangerous. Let's see what happens here. There is a shot from centre, but it just unfortunately just hitting the crossbar. Well done from Wynberg. The top players getting back to cover off any sign of a counter.
And we see there Reddam have clearly been instructed, as soon as that shot comes, make sure the top players are on that aggressive counter-attack.
And another one inside the frame. And that's what we feared, that there might be 2 or 3 late goals here in the quarter from Reddam.
But even there, if we look at that, that's 2 goals now where Wynberg have had as many players back as Reddam have had attacking. And I think maybe they're going into a zone or a drop just by default rather than actually forcing Reddam to have to play. I can't remember Reddam having scored a goal from extra man. So
no, they haven't.
So possibly, you know, Wynberg should be going a bit more physical, rather take a few exclusions than allowing the long shots from the outside.
As we're talking about that, there's a turnover of possession in front of the Reddam goal. Reddam now on attack. Wynberg first forced to go back down on defense. I'd like to see more hands on defense. We spoke about it earlier, maybe the fatigue getting to the Wynberg goals, but at both occasions the shot over the defender's head. The goalkeeper doesn't really have a chance, and if the defender can manage to get their hand up, you know, they make life difficult for the Reddam attackers.
Ball into centre, that's the possession. So just the clock on our scoreboard here is incorrect. There's 49 seconds left in the chucker. If there were 17 minutes, I'm sure we'd have
some complaints from the coaches, no doubt,
complaining.
let alone the players. there's space on the left-hand side of the pool for the Wynberg player. If she can find her on the pass, no, she chooses to go around the back. Should be a chance at centre forward, no. She chooses the option of the long shot. Saved by the goalkeeper, dealt with easily enough. We might see a bit of gamesmanship here from the Wynberg centre forward as she chooses not to go back on defence. Can Reddam take advantage? So this is the house defence Paul was talking about. Can Reddam break it down? Lots of hands by Wynberg.
That's very, very smart play by Reddam. Holding the ball as long as they can, not having that easy or quick shot. Had they shot and lost possession, it would have almost been a guaranteed goal on the other side. So as we go into half-time, we have Reddam 4-1 up over Wynberg. Although Wynberg conceded a few more goals that quarter, I thought they were better value for it on their attack.
Yeah, they certainly looked a little more dangerous. In that quarter ended 2-1, so nice evenish quarter. I'm sure Mr. Gabriel will be much more happy with the threat they pose on attack, and if they can just get some arms up on defense, then that tactic looks like it might bode well for them.
Picture there, we have Mr. Chad Gabriel chatting to his Wynberg girls. Chad, a very animated coach and player, having done a lot of good work with some of the junior teams throughout his career, now stepping into the first team role at Wynberg. And on the far side, we have coaches Matt Logan and Nick Molyneux imparting their knowledge and wisdom to the Reddam girls.
Do you think we're likely to see more of the same from these teams in the second half, Paul?
I think the game's going to slow down quite a bit. I think Reddam will always try to push their counter-attack, but I think Wynberg are going to slow it down and maybe have a bit more of that gamesmanship, so to say, with a roach or a player lagging a bit on defence, hoping that Reddam make a mistake and they take an opportunist goal on the other side.
An interesting Reddam with the lead that they've got. Do you think they're likely to play that 6-on-5 for the full possession, or would you suggest that it's going to be a 5-on-5 situation for them?
I think for this quarter they'll go 5-on-5. I think the coaches will instruct the girls to bring one player back, and when the game's really in the bag, maybe express themselves and try practice a bit of 6-on-5 for a final should they get into it.
Right, so Wynberg with it all to do. Let's see how this second half unfolds. Coach Matt Logan on pool deck now.
The coach players battle to listen to one coach. Two different coaches at the same time might be, but these ladies clearly understand what's expected of them from their coaches. I think we're in for a great second half.
So interesting, Wynberg winning the swim off there into their double centre forward play and drawing the exclusion off the ball. Possibly a bit unnecessary with the drop that they had. And this they could really be punished here. The player taking the shot excluded. Reddam, she's got a teammate, and on the cross pass, the simplest of goals.
There, that's as we call it, a 2-goal swing. Wynberg power play, incorrect shot, straight down the middle. The goalie shot, causing a exclusion and a goal the other side, which could have been a 4-2 fantastic start to the quarter for Wynberg, is now a 5-1 lead for Reddam.
Just that little bit more comfortable for Reddam now after that goal. See the player waiting for the goalkeeper to drop, legs to drop, and then just putting in the ball, simple as you like.
So there we have the score at 5-1 to Reddam with Wynberg on attack. Good ball into centre forward. All the hard work, Matt, just not throwing the ball on target.
And that's a coach killer, that. If you've done all the work and the players have been able to get the ball to you, you're faced with an open goal. Just not having the finesse to get it in.
I must say, every time Wynberg have put the ball into centre forward, they have looked dangerous. So they can just have the quality of their passing or the confidence of getting the ball into centre raised a little bit more.
Yeah, they might end up with a lot more extra man situations than they think they would ordinarily get.
As you see, a slightly different game, girls polo to men's polo. There's a lot more of a swimsuit to grab. Sometimes it's a bit of a lottery up front, who's holding who.
So Reddam going on attack now after a successful defensive effort. They've got the extra player up the pool. Can they take advantage? Need to try and move the ball here as late as possible. She's gone for the lob.
And we have a 3-on-2 opportunity if Wynberg can get the ball up the pool quickly.
There's a good option to pass the right-hand side. The only thing she might regret here is that the sun might play a part in who she chooses to pass to. Reddam back on defense. Well done from Reddam, a good swim there.
And as we saw there, as much as it was a 3-on-2, I don't think that was a fast break attack. The Wynberg girl having chosen to stay up the pool. There's a ball into that second centre. Unfortunately, a bit lazy, wishing for a foul rather than earning one.
So Reddam make the steal. Seem pretty composed coming on attack. They're not rushing into attack. Wynberg back with numbers on defense. They do have the extra player on defense. Let's see a reversal from the referee. We're now halfway through this quarter, so 4 minutes gone in the third quarter, and Reddam lead 5-1. Only the one goal this quarter thus far, the Reddam counter attack off the Wynberg power play. So Wynberg moving the ball around the top. There's no drive from Wynberg at the moment, but there's an opportunity to the left wing. No, she chooses to shoot. And Reddam should have an opportunity down their left-hand side of the pool.
Wynberg just a bit guilty of tunnel vision. You know, the shots that have been coming while I'm talking there, Reddam. And there's those hands you're talking about, Matt.
100% of the defender can do their work and do a great job on defense there.
A defender can cover, what, roughly a meter of the goal with a big block. That means the keeper's only got 2 meters to cover. You get a second defender in there with hands, makes the goalkeeper's job a lot easier.
And it always looks so easy for the attacker. They think, oh, I've only just got to beat this person's arm, you know, and that's where they're going to shoot. And you know, if you can get those blocks up, it's hugely beneficial.
And just the confidence. Any big block, as we say that, a technical infringement there. The shot clock having run out. The hooter gone. The Wynberg player throwing the ball away after the hooter. Some might say a bit harsh, but rules are rules.
So Matt Logan very quick to call the timeout there. He's going to take advantage of this extra player opportunity to get his girls up the pool, set up an extra man, see if they can get their second goal of the quarter, the 6th of their game. Are we likely to see a 3-3 here or 4-2, do you think, Paul?
Matt, I'll be lying if I said I knew. I think they're going to go 4-2 and maybe work a ball to the postman somewhere.
Even with the house defense, with the number of players in front of goal that Wynberg have employed previously?
I think so. I think they're going to look to
Certainly looks like that.
Slide one of the postmen possibly into the open space towards the middle of the goal. That said, this could go anywhere.
Let's see what Coach Matt Logan and Nick Molyneux have on offer for us here.
And a lot of the time, this defense is actually more a mindset defense rather than anything else. You know, in a practice, if you tell your team to walk the ball in and throw it, all of a sudden now Reddam have thrown 5 passes, all 5 have been on the water.
2 players in front of each other. And there we have it. Finding the strong shooter on the left-hand side of the pool, and she buries it past the near post blocker.
Taking the score now, 6-2 to Reddam, 6-1 to Reddam, sorry. We'll adjust our score there, so 6-1 to Reddam over Wynberg. And Matt, I think that defense worked in terms of creating a bit of pressure on the Reddam girls to have to pass the ball around. But in that situation, maybe a bit more mobile from the Wynberg defenders to change things up a little bit.
Yeah, but by the time that shot came, given the length of time that remained in the extra play, as we say that, Wynberg have turned, advantage played by the referee. It probably should have been a penalty, but they've drawn the exclusion.
Once again, the ball going to their centre forward, they work an exclusion off her.
And let's see now, they're in the 4-2 situation with the high press by the Reddam players out the top, and that's why the pass not to hand and stolen by Reddam. So Reddam lucky to escape there, probably got away with not having a penalty called against them, and instead it's them on attack again off the power play, the cross pass, and shot at 2
great
meters.
Save by the goalkeeper.
Fantastic save to regather her legs underneath her.
Once again, a poor pass. The value in passing. Players at this level really underestimate that. We see here the replay. Ball into centre forward. Lost it slightly. Great save by the goalkeeper.
And we're back to live play now. The Reddam player with a half turn, gaining the exclusion. Wynberg player judged to have been holding her around the neck. Let's see if we can see some more mobility here from Wynberg defensively, and that's the 2 players on 2 meters as opposed to the players on the goal. They draw the shot from the outside, and it's a contra foul. No, is it? No, Wynberg were in possession. So a foul against the goalkeeper, and Wynberg doing well to defend that one.
You see Wynberg clearly well drilled in that defence, backing that defence. And I must say, it has worked more than it hasn't today.
Yeah, the shot coming from where you'd want it to in that defence.
Another ball into centre forward and exclusion. Let's see if Wynberg can take advantage. And a fantastic finish there. This game is so simple, Matt.
Find the extra player, put ball in the net. Well done, Wynberg.
And I must say, that's 3 balls to centre forward this quarter. That's 3 exclusions. Joe Williams there, seeing the goalkeeper's hands drop as we see on the replay here. 2-3 big pump fakes and just big power.
Straight past the blocker and into the back of the net. So back to live play. Reddam on attack. Reddam gaining the exclusion. Pull back from Wynberg. So Reddam have the opportunity to get one back very quickly here.
And that is great play by Wynberg. Right, so bit of madness there. Players on the swim. That's the end of the quarter. End of the third quarter here.
So another quarter won, 2-1 by Reddam. So Wynberg staying in it, but Reddam stretching their lead. To be tough to come back from 4 goals down in this last quarter, Paul.
I think if Wynberg go back and analyse this game, it is a 2-minute blitz by Reddam that have really cost Wynberg, and that was Wynberg possibly trying too hard to score on their side and not paying attention to the Reddam girls countering on the other side. So sometimes forcing the shot or being too eager to score can have a very negative impact on the scoreboard.
So we see some last-minute instructions by the coaches with just 1 quarter left in the game.
Come on, let's go.
So this swim-off becomes crucial. If they can all swim off hard, win the ball for Wynberg and set up the ball into centre forward, possibly gain the exclusion, we could have a tasty game in our hand.
An early goal here for Wynberg will definitely make it an interesting encounter to finish with. But if Reddam score the first goal, I fear that'll be too much to do for Wynberg to come back.
Yeah, they're likely to just shut the game down.
Very experienced coaches there, Nick Molyneux and Matt Logan. If Reddam do go up, or if Wynberg get a goal and things get a bit messy, they'll instruct their team just to hold the ball, play out their full possessions. As we say that, let's see what happens. Reddam with this first win, do they go for more goals or do they play a more conservative game?
They're certainly very keen on winning the ball in that swim off. Obviously knew how important it was to have the first possession of this attack, just to control the pace of the game. So they've got their double centre forward, there's space on the left hand side. Can they find it with the pass? They've chosen to go where the drop was, unfortunately.
And very good reading of the situation there by Wynberg. See Wynberg there with an extra player on the right hand side of the pool. Good counter attack, but very well read by Reddam, shifting across to close that down. The rest of the Wynberg team guilty of ball watching her teammates do all the work and not getting up the pool to help her.
We have a situation, 7 seconds left in the possession. Possession had run out anyway. Reddam up the pool now. Wynberg back on defense, a good tight press out in the scum channel near the halfway line.
And perhaps, Matt, Wynberg can employ a bit more of an aggressive press. They need to score goals.
Well, they're certainly not going to win by just having Reddam throw the ball at them. So I think they've got to go out and get it. And as we say that, Coach Gabriel obviously looking for a difference maker. Here she comes from the bench.
Thank you. Here also he knows his team is taking a little bit long to get up the pool. Calling a timeout, he will now have a full 28 seconds in which to actually set up a 6-on-6 passage of play. And that's where Wynberg have looked good with that ball into their centre forward. Hopefully they can work that now. If not, score a goal, gain an exclusion, and take an advantage of that man-up situation.
So he's calling for patience. If I can lip read there, probably with a double centre forward again. Let's see what they got. They're eating into their time.
Just a reminder to folks at home, the team calls a timeout. The coach has 45 seconds in which to chat to their players. They then have 15 seconds to set up. When that second hooter goes, the game is live.
There, Wynberg not ready to in position, so they're still moving.
The pick on the screen on that left-hand side there.
Ball to the left-hand post. Pretty weak effort there from the Wynberg player out on the left-hand side.
I say Reddam definitely not playing to park the bus here. Looking to get up the pool very quickly. Still wanting to attack.
A lot of holding and pulling going on at centre forward here. The ball into centre and drawing the exclusion. So Reddam, can they kill off the game here? Wynberg back into their house defence.
Would you maybe send a player early here if you're Wynberg, Matt?
Definitely. I think they've listened to you. They've already gone the other way. But there's some climbing. There should be a minor foul there somewhere. And they've got it for ball under anyway. But well, great defense with that house defense again.
It's clearly played into the playing with the Reddam girls' heads here.
As you say, I think if you had asked him before the game to walk into 4 meters and have a shot, they probably all have scored.
Pressure does some funny things, Matt.
And here we have Wynberg driving towards the goal. She was always going to draw that exclusion once she didn't get goal side of her man. Reddam a bit lazy there. She's played the ball now. They need to get the ball round. The ball on the water, a killer there, ball security. That should be tearing his hair out.
Something a lot of players forget about. Once they've played the ball, Matt, the defender has all rights to play them. So rather pass the ball than playing yourself.
Or if you do, at least get the ball away from that defender so that they've got to do some work to get there. Have another ball into centre forward. Reddam, it was a great bounce and shot. Well defended, well covered there by Wynberg, but this is going to leave them short on attack. As you can see, they're 10 seconds into their possession, and we've still got 4 players in the Wynberg half of the pool.
The goalkeeper can get the ball up top left. Great pass.
Great pass.
And we haven't seen that long pass from Wynberg yet today.
They maybe should have used it more often. If they're going to leave players this end of the pool, keep their centre forward up and ask the goalkeeper to be their quarterback.
And there we go.
That was a mistake by the table on the possession clock.
As we say that, the ball going into centre.
It should work great possession, but that was a mistake by the table. So the referee is going to run the shot clock down.
And Matt, just going back to what you said, with Wynberg possibly leaving their centre forward up the pool on when they're defending, that's surely they want to try create that one-on-one opportunity. Try get one Reddam girl back to defend her. That now nullifies any kind of drop or zone. And if we've got a keeper who can pass this far, why not give it a go?
Yeah, I agree 100% with you, Paul. I mean, Reddam have played the zone the whole day, and where they haven't been playing the zone, they've been, Wynberg have found exclusion. So definitely a tactic that could have been used more. There may be a reason why Coach Gabriel didn't want to use it earlier. The ball security around the top from Wynberg costing them a gain. So, yeah, limit the number of passes around the D and get the goalkeeper to make the pass.
And we saw there Reddam with a deep M zone, splitting the two outside players and sealing the ball. Great vision on the cross pass.
There should be a goal, and it is.
As much as that was a good finish, Matt, the vision from a teammate to see her there and the cross pass, you'll know as a goalkeeper, a good hard pass is very difficult to get across and stop as a goalkeeper.
Yeah, Georgie Stopforth will be, I think she owes her teammate one there. Nothing the goalkeeper can do when you get a pass on the hand like that. So with 2 minutes 50 left in the game, Reddam leading well ahead here by 7 goals to 2. I think coaches Matt Logan and Nick Molyneux probably ring the changes and rest some players up for the final this evening.
Great turn there.
That ball into centre again.
Man on! Man on!
Yeah, the referee can't help the player there. We see Reddam not taking their foot off the pedal, wanting to push their counter, get up the pool. Clearly wanting to finish this game strongly. Maybe set the tone for the final a bit later.
Well, they've got space at centre. Can they find it? They do. There should be a shot. Easily handled by the Wynberg goalkeeper. But just, I think Wynberg running out of gas here, Paul. They're all in their own half of the pool. Very limited on attack and obviously concerned about Reddam going the other way.
Reddam clearly the fitter, more conditioned team here. And possibly Wynberg just guilty not taking their opportunities. They've had plenty chances here. They've
Get
still
the ball to centre on the left-hand side of the pool on the post.
There's two centres open there.
Driver coming away right in front of, obviously a tactic by Mr. Gabriel to send players in front of the goals. And there's a steal. So, Reddam on attack here, 1 minute 30. Quick change of possession there by Wynberg, making the steal. They're on attack. And that should see a penalty. No, it's an exclusion. Reddam player excluded there. Mr. Gabriel clearly is disappointed as his player there with the decision by the referee not to award their penalty. So Wynberg on man up. They've gone into the 4-2. Reddam pressing out the top. They're forcing the ball around. Oh, and there's another steal.
Into a turnover and counter-attack. There's our 2-goal swing potentially. Still got to put the ball in the back of the net, however.
Great save.
Well done, goalkeeper. Don't get caught with it now.
Throw it away. And there's 30 seconds left. Oh, and the exclusion, the defender a little bit over-eager there. After some great work from the goalkeeper. When in doubt, just throw it out. I don't know why she just didn't aim for the corner. But anyway.
Right, Matt, we're into the last 30 seconds of this game.
So last possession.
Reddam are ending up as comfortable winners on the scoreboard at 7 goals to 2. And as we coming towards the end of this, the following game will be our first final of the evening, the under 13 boys final, where we're going to see Rondebosch taking on Bishops. We're into our last 20 seconds here. I think Reddam have been full value for their win, but credit to Wynberg for the fight they have put up here and the opportunities they have created.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting game for them to watch on the video. I think there's a few things they can learn from having a view. And a spectacular way to end the game. Fantastic lob to the far post.
2 seconds left there. I think the table can just run this time down. So Matt, we have Reddam there, finishing off as 8-2 winners. Reddam, our first girls team into the under-19 final of the Western Province Schools Knockout Tournament, which we played later this evening. Matt, it's been great working with you.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure. Thank you, Paul. Looking forward to this under-13 boys final.